Hey, how's it going everyone? It's Wasim here from the channel Handsome Smiles. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a review of a Attar. It's from the house of Sultan Pasha. This one is called Jardin de Borneo Gardenia. So Jardin means garden. Gardenia is obviously a white floral. So you can imagine what type of Attar this is. This is a white floral Attar. And Borneo is mentioned in the title because Sultan Pasha, the perfumer behind this scent, used oud in the base of this scent, which was from the region of Borneo. So this Attar was released in 2015. The nose behind the scent is obviously Sultan Pasha. As you know, he's renowned in the world to be one of the best Attar makers, and his compositions are known to use really expensive, high-grade materials, which is why he's so highly acclaimed. Um, so there's a little bit of a background regarding why the perfumer created this Attar. So from my research, Sultan Pasha grew up in Bangladesh, and the area that he grew up, it was surrounded by jungles and tea fields, fields of tea. And along with all of this, growing up, there was like lush fields and flowers and white florals and the air of everything, like berries and lush green forest, the grass, the smell of everything was the inspiration for him to create this Attar. So that was a little bit of a background. Let's run through the note list. So I've got his note list from his website. At the top, we're going to get Gardenia enfleurage and jasmine sambac enfleurage. The heart of the fragrance is lavender absolute, tuberose absolute, gardenia absolute, and sandalwood. And the base of the fragrance is Bois de Borneo, a rare Borneo oud by Ensar oud, katrafay, tonka absolute, calamus, Haitian vetiver, galbanum, civet, and ambergris. Like I mentioned earlier, Sultan Pasha in his Attars uses really expensive ingredients, and as you saw as you heard when I mentioned the base notes, he used a Borneo oud from the house of Ensar oud. Again, a house which sells oud at really high prices because of the high grade of oils that they sell. So that was a little bit of a note breakdown of Sultan Pasha. But what do I really get on my skin? So I got a little bit here on my knuckle, and I wore this today in the morning as my scent of the day. So when I first apply Jardin de Borneo Gardenia on my skin, I get this beautiful creamy opening of the jasmine, especially, and a little bit of the gardenia. In the opening, the gardenia is a little bit subtle, but it starts becoming more dominant as the fragrance and the scent develops. The opening, I really, like I mentioned, get this beautiful white, creamy, sort of lush jasmine opening. And along with that, I also get this sandalwood. And I believe the sandalwood is helping me to have that sort of creamy and slightly powdery sort of feel. The opening, the white florals, the jasmine, there's also a hint of lavender as well for a few minutes, and then it completely disappears. The lavender in the opening, like I've said, is only there for a few minutes, but adds like a subtle calmness for me in the opening. The opening is very much like a leather, sort of like a floral leather on my skin. So sometimes it some sort of feels like a suede. So there's a suede like feeling in the opening, surrounded by white florals like tuberose, gardenia, and jasmine. As the scent develops into the heart, it starts becoming a little bit more creamy and has a subtle sort of almond sort of quality on my skin. This may be possibly coming from the note of the tonka bean. I think the tonka bean adds a bit more of a creamier touch on in this composition. After that, sadly, I didn't detect any more changes on my skin. I didn't see any more development on my skin, and the reason is due to the performance. This is the first Sultan Pasha Attar that didn't perform excellently on my skin. The projection is pretty good for the first hour, but after the first hour, it really becomes a very, very intimate skin scent that you can't really detect as much. The longevity is around 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours, and I'm able to, if I apply it on my arm, I'm able to smell it for, if I bring my nose quite close to the scent, I'm able to smell it for 4 to 5 hours. But if I'm applying it behind my earlobes or on my neck, I struggle to really smell the attar after 3 hours. I'd say the longevity is around 4 to 5 hours, with projection being moderate to fairly low for the first hour, and after that, it becomes a really intimate skin scent. Um, Due to that, this attar, I think I really enjoyed the opening. The opening is this beautiful mix of jasmine and gardenia. It's really lush and beautiful. The opening, when I first uh, applied this, when I first got this sample, I thought it was incredible. I thought it was one of the most beautiful floral perfumes that I've tried. And then you get a little bit of that lavender, which only lasts for a few minutes, and then that creamy sort of sweet dry down of the tonka bean. I thought I was going to be in for a treat, but sadly the performance really lets it down. For that reason, the final overall rating for Jardin de Borneo Gardenia is a 5 out of 10. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do leave me a like and a comment below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Until next time, my friends, see you later.